Jai Ma. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Mata Kali. Om Ma Jai Ma Shri Ma. Bhakta Om Shakti Ma. Hail Mary, full of grace. We are one. One being, one light. Om Ma Jai Ma Shri Ma. Bhavatu Kamawa Dasa Bhakta. Om Shakti Ma. Today's Satsang. May 1,000 flowers bloom. Om. In the past, Kundalini was seen by the patriarchal, denser systems in place in order to help aspirants with their transformation. And it was tightly controlled, the access to the Shakti path, to our path, and access to Kundalini in general. From my research, I gather that sometimes you had to wait 20, 30 years with the Guru, doing incredible cleansing and purification before you receive Shaktipat. In many texts, they talk about proving to the Guru that you're worthy of Shaktipat, and usually this taking years. When Baba Muktananda spread Shaktipat to the world, Om Baba Om, these Guru control systems started to break down. What was tightly controlled for very good reasons at that time was now out in the world. No putting the cork back in the bottle now. So now it was uncontrollable. The seeds planted during that time, Baba gave Shaktipat to thousands and thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of people in his intensives and his ashrams. And then how many of those people received the blessing to give Shaktipat to other people, and exponentially? So the seeds that Baba planted in the 70s and 80s are still sprouting. Now there's not, let's look at it this way. If you feel, as I do, that we're in a mass awakening, there aren't enough gurus or teachers to facilitate and to Sherpa and to guide and to guru all the people waking up in the world today. And when I mean waking up, I mean their Shakti waking up, not waking up to cognitions. So a new system has to come into place to facilitate and to Sherpa and to guru and to love and to nourish so many beings who are undergoing Kundalini awakenings. And as more people have their Kundalini awake and more people have gone deeper with that, they're able to support others in their journey if that's called for in their Dharma. So the structures of the past, I would say Guru control systems, that were in place for your protection and theirs, are superseded by a new blossoming. May 1,000 flowers bloom. Who can predict how the Shakti would like to express herself? What beautiful ways it will manifest into this world. No two Kundalini awakenings are identical, just as no two people are identical. Yes, we all have samskara and vritti. We all have blockages, dramas and traumas, memories. And that is one aspect of the Shakti behaving differently in each person, past lives, karma, etc. But at another level, if we look at Shakti as Kundalini, is this creative force of creation going through your body, going through your soul. It has the freedom, the glory of God to express itself however she feels. And who can tell what that will be? So no two enlightenments are the same either for this reason. And there isn't one single enlightened state, as far as my experience. Consciousness is not static, so there can't be just one state. Consciousness is a living, breathing, scintillating, pulsating. So these expressions of Shakti in each one of us, who knows where it's going, how it will express? That's part of the joy and the wonder. Just because it happened this way for this revered guru at this time in 11th century Kashmir doesn't mean that it's going to happen for you that way. And just because this trauma-related specialist is helping people with Kundalini doesn't mean that that's for you either. And for others it is. So all of us going through this mass awakening are sharing and watching and also surrendering and seeing what tools the Shakti wants to use within our experience and wisdom, within our Dharma, within our expression. So for some, they give silent Shaktipat, and for others, they give techno Shaktipat. And both are Shaktipat. And some people will be attracted to both, some to neither. But it's both authentic, the silence and the techno. Just a different expression of Shakti. So one of the traps we can fall into is trying to fit into someone else's paradigm, some other Shakti's paradigm. So certain teachers promote that the highest state is silence, and that's where you have to get. And if you're not there yet, you need to double your efforts or something, I don't know. And others say love is the highest state. Beyond silence is love. And if you're not at love yet, you're also not there yet. But in my experience, one can be at the highest state, whatever that means, in silence or in love. May 1,000 flowers bloom, you see. Who are we to tell the Shakti what to do with her grace, her love, and her expression? For some, the Shakti could express as just being an incredible tabla player. And for others, silence. For some, it means being alone, wandering. For others, it means being in community. For some, it means being a part of a community. For some, it means helping lead a community. How does the Shakti want to express in you? How are you not allowing, due to fear or guru control systems that may have been maybe antiquated and no longer completely relevant? How are you fitting into some other paradigm and not relaxing into Shakti and letting, not just letting, but the heart being open for what the soul would like to receive from this grace of God? And then honoring that, no matter how challenging it might be or not for your mind. It's one thing having this unique expression come through you. Then is the mind okay with that because it has nothing, no moorings? You know, it's not like we say, well, this is kind of like that and therefore I'm doing it, you know. No. The mind would love that. The ego would love that. But no. Are you relaxed enough and open enough to have a totally new expression? It's always fresh. Consciousness, grace, love, it's always fresh and dynamic, not static. So you see these systems of the past, they're inspirational, or they're a good place to start, or they can be helpful in our journey, or they can be inspirational. But too often I've seen it goes over into the edge in some kind of control, especially in community and hierarchies and things like that, that this Shakti really is starts to be controlled. And that's the history of Shakti, if you actually look at it. Always getting controlled by some kind of organization. But can you be comfortable with the wildness of Shakti, the wild spontaneity? So today I can be a Buddhist, tomorrow I can be a Hindu, the third day a Christian, the fourth day a Muslim, the fifth day a starseed. There doesn't have to be any consistency. In fact, the less consistency, probably the more authentic it is. Is it okay to channel? I mean, that's not really part of Shaktipat tradition, but if it's happening, I guess it's okay, isn't it? Can one dance while giving Shaktipat? Well, it's happening, so I guess the answer is yes. And we know that there are other traditions that dancing is a big part of their awakening tradition, so why not here also? Some gave Shaktipat with peacock feathers. Others do it other ways. Some do some eye gazing, you see? So, to release all internal and external control systems, writ large, ad infinitum. So you are free. Shakti is free, 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 free at last. Free to express herself into the world through your being. What will manifest? What will grace manifest through you into the world? May 1,000 flowers bloom. Om Ma Jai Ma Va Ma. Bhakta A Om Shakti Ma. Hail Mary, full of grace. We are one. Om Ma Jai Ma. Om Ma Jai Ma. Om Ma Jai Ma.